Welcome to the evening show. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We're going to start off with our segment called the Evening Oval, which is a roundtable discussion. I'm your host, Ryan Haroff. I have a beard that I'm growing for a Halloween costume, and God, does it look terrible on camera. With me today we have Delaney Murray.
Hello.
Katrina Kapranica. And Nathan Hart. Delaney was the only one who spoke because she's sitting next to me and that makes her excited.
Yes.
Tonight we'll be talking about two major topics. We're going to be talking about the recent controversy surrounding the NFL, and then also the recent sort of controversy regarding Donald Trump's response to Puerto Rico, specifically tossing paper towels into the audience. So to start off, I want to go with the NFL. For anyone at home who might not be familiar with this situation, basically the president and his supporters have been calling out the NFL and many of its players for kneeling during the national anthem as a protest for police brutality and other oppression of minority groups in the United States. Donald Trump has frequently tweeted saying that we need to change the rules of the NFL to say that you must stand for the pledge. Many people have come out and said that they don't think that is the case and that free speech should be allowed in the NFL. Various coaches have made headlines with their varying policies on it. But let's see what our cast here thinks about it. So what do you guys think? Should we have to stand for the NFL Pledge of Allegiance?
I mean, not really. I think this debate's kind of stupid. I mean, honestly, like, we always say, like, you should support the countries, you should support the troops. But pretty much any active service member, most of them will say, yeah, I'm here to defend people's rights, and one of those rights is to maybe not respect the flag and what I'm doing, and I have to understand that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Freedom of expression. And a lot of people say that it's disrespectful to the troops, but the Army, like football team,
Like the football team for the Army?
for the Army,
exists?
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. The U.S. Army football team took a knee for the national anthem. I'm all for it. I think especially if you are a celebrity and you have that kind of publicity and the power to, protest something, then why not take advantage of that, you know?
Nathan, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a silly debate because honestly it comes down to symbolic worth and the amount of value we attribute to flags and such. Honestly, when you die, are you going to be thinking about whether or not you stood or kneeled for every single national anthem?
I think that's the weird thing about this. I mean, this is true of a lot of things with President Trump, but he's choosing now, when we have all these hurricanes going on, he's still trying to get health care repealed, all of these situations that we're dealing with, and he's going after the NFL.
Yeah.
It seems like a weird target, doesn't
It
it?
just seems very petty
Yeah.
at most.
I feel like at some point when dealing with North Korea, he heard the term nuclear football and was like, NFL, oh, that's who I need to go after next.
Yeah, it's like you're aiming at a dartboard and then you end up hitting the wall by the bar. Like, you're not even anywhere close to where you should be caring
No
about.
correlation. Yep, that sounds about like our president, though.
Maybe it's because he was always been bad at football and this is resentment coming out.
Oh, I'd
I mean,
love
it's
to- I'd
unlocking
love to-
President Trump's backstory.
I'd
He's
love
like
to see
he's-
Trump play football, though. Can you imagine?
We should have recruited him for a flag football game.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'll call him right now. Actually, can we get on that?
Can we, hey,
Yeah,
PR,
can we call
Yeah.
Donald Trump?
can you get
Can
in
you get him on the
touch?
horn?
I'm sure he'll listen to
Yeah.
us.
Although, speaking of Trump playing football, he did show off some basketball skills, didn't he, Ryan?
Well, thank you for that transition, Delaney. Yes,
That was
during his visit to Puerto Rico to help deal with the fallout of the recent hurricane that swept through the area, Donald Trump was seen on video. They had set up a table for him to be handing out supplies to hurricane victims, and for whatever reason, I'm not even going to try to explain why he chose to do this. Rather than hand the supplies out to the victims for a great photo op, he started picking things up and tossing them into the crowd. I almost wish he had a t-shirt.
Yeah, much
you
like
know?
it was like a basketball game where the cheerleaders throw
Yeah.
the little
Right.
prizes.
Now this is a weird topic in terms of the controversy around it because it's simultaneously, I understand why people are upset that that's what he did, but I also am not. It's not like he took the paper towels, opened them, wiped his mouth, and then handed them to someone. They still got to the people, although I agree the method that he gave them out was a little, I wouldn't even say, at least to me, that it was necessarily offensive. It was just weird. It was just a
Very
weird.
Donald
Weird.
Trump?
It was
Yeah.
silly. That's the only word for it.
Or-
now is not the time.
Or how at the end of it, he was like, there's so much love in this room, and you're like,
For
oh.
who?
Yeah, and then meanwhile, in the back, you can see everyone just kind of looking at
They
him
haven't
like,
had
what did he
clean
just
water.
I feel Jesus in this Chili's tonight.
There's-
Mike with the Office references there.
First of all, I feel God in this Chili's tonight.
I'm sorry.
Big fan.
I'm a big fan.
It's a weird thing to think about. Like, I almost, this is something that happens a lot with President Trump and his actions. I always want to see, just like, I wish we had a device that you could just stick in his ear and just constantly be broadcasting his train of thought. Because I want to know what, like, because you know that wasn't an impulse. No one sees paper towels and go, aha! Like, there must have been like, he's like, okay, how am I going to do this?
How am I gonna make this
What's
about
the most
me?
effective way to distribute these paper towels?
Via arm.
Yeah.
And you get a paper towel, and you get a paper towel.
This is it reminds me of the time George Bush was like talking about something really serious, like terrorism or something, and he was like, "No, watch this drive," and he like gulped.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because it makes me think about back when people used to criticize President Obama for trying to seem too cool, like he was trying to, not like people called him aloof all the time, but I remember there was a very specific point midway through his presidency where people were just saying, like, I think it was right before the 2012 election, where people were saying he was just like going on too many talk shows, he was trying to seem too much like a nice guy, like almost too approachable. And I wish we had a moment of someone on Fox News being like, do you really need to go and do a lip sync battle? Are you kidding me? Like, come on, what are you doing? And then smash cut to Trump hurling paper towels in the crowd. There's a lot of love in this room. It's a good thing this wasn't a real tragedy like Katrina. He said that also. That was the thing he said to someone, like while giving a speech to people.
Just give me a second. I'm
Yeah.
almost done with my twitchy eye. All right, we're good.
It takes some money. It hits you in waves, doesn't it? Like a hurricane.
We have both
That
the
wasn't too
hurricanes
soon.
sitting right
That
next to each other.
was, yeah, that's too much.
Oh yeah, we do have two hurricanes because we got Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Nate.
Ha!
I'm wrecking the South, y'all.
Nothing
Yeah.
ever gets named after me. Not even a keychain.
They don't make Delaney keychains?
They do not.
Actually, I can never find Katrina stuff either.
Well, I could see.
I found one in Mexico.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Do we have any other topics, Ryan?
Well, no, I was gonna say. I mean, hopefully soon there will be a Hurricane Ryan and a Hurricane Delaney. That way we'll have the full evening show cast. I feel like you'd be a good like Hawaii area.
Okay.
Hurricane. I myself, I'd want to go somewhere that most hurricanes don't go. If we could somehow get a hurricane
To Michigan.
like to Seattle or something, like somewhere like still coastal, but just like Seattle, because I was born in Seattle. Anyway,
John F. Kennedy, like, we will put a hurricane in Seattle.
I'm liking the accent there. You're quite the actor, Nathan.
I am an
I've
actor.
always said that about you. And speaking of actors, our guest for this week is Rocky Horror Picture Show. We had some great time with them while they were doing their rehearsals. Let's take a look at that right now.
I'm in the cast. I'm Eddie. Basically, my character comes in at one point of the show,
As
and
characters tend to do.
and sings, and it's kind of like comic relief, I guess you could say. The whole thing's funny, but it's kind of like comic relief, I guess. And then I get killed. So, spoiler: I get killed.
So, when I was in high school, I did theater throughout it, and that's kind of where I first learned about Rocky Horror. There's actually a local troupe that does Rocky Horror in Oberlin. I'm kind of like from that area, but I just went to some of their showings, and I decided, when I came to Ohio University, I just decided, hey, I want to be in Rocky. So I just showed up, and I auditioned, and here I am today.
Sounds like it all worked out pretty well. I should warn you, though, your understudy is plotting your murder.
Yes. I work with him quite regularly. So, you know what? If he kills me, he kills me.
It's
The
not
one in
murder
the-
in the show, though. Maybe you could murder Brad, and then you become final.
See, that was my plan in the beginning, but then the U.S. has all these laws about arsenic and stuff, and it's really hard to buy, so.
That's true, yeah. What's your day-to-day like when you're here for Rocky?
Basically, we come in, we usually watch whatever scene we're working on, and then we perform it. So a lot of the people have been in the cast before and have the same roles. I'm new, this is my first year, but so they already know kind of what they're doing, and we're doing it like a shadow cast, so the movie plays behind us.
You've been doing it for a long time. Has the show changed at all since you came in?
Yeah, actually, every year as people leave, we get new cast members. So if every cast member so chooses, they can stay in it for as long as they want. So when they leave, we audition for new people. So we've had different riffraffs. I've worked with different Janets and Brads and everything. So it's always fun and new to get to play off someone different every year.
Welcome to the evening show. My name is Ryan. I'm the host. The evening show is a comedy show we do on campus. It's like a rip-off of the Late Show, but I'm a poor man, Stephen Colbert, who would dance.
All right, Dan, how is your semester going so far?
Awful.
Great. This is your second senior year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it going better than your first?
No, actually, no. My first year was way better. It's less stressful.
If you weren't an octopus person, how often would you use your suction cup arms to climb up the buildings to scream off the roof?
Oh, all the time. All the time. Actually, I'm a hugger. Can we hug?
Oh, yes, we can.
We can hug.
Oh, love hugging. How's your semester going, Kaylee?
It's tough.
Yeah. What year are you?
I'm a sophomore in the nursing program.
People love it when I dance. Don't you love it when I dance?
Oh, you're good.
If the government were to take away Jimmy John's, how would you protest that activity? Like, would you kneel at a football game or anything like that?
No, I just got a Subway. Hi. Oh, you have nice hair. Can I touch your hair?
It's yours.
I like it. No, it wasn't sweaty. I don't have time to get sick.
Right. You're a nursing student also. Like that's how it works, right? It's impossible if you're a doctor or nurse to get sick.
How are you doing today? Peachy keen. She's. I don't even know what that means, but I like it.
Means good.
I mean, who doesn't love a good peach?
People who are allergic to them.
So which one of these alumni, if you know any, would you be most likely to hand feed a piece of pizza to?
Oh, this is a good question. Like,
Yeah, just choose one. Like, there's famous ones, like Nancy Cartwright, like the voice of Bart Simpson.
Maybe Matt Lauer.
Definitely Matt Lauer. Okay, so your hoodie says Ohio is for lovers. So out of all the alumni returning this weekend for homecoming, which one would you want to be your lover, and why is the correct answer Matt Lauer?
Who's Matt Lauer?
I was supposed to live with the girl sophomore year, and she like never ever showed up.
Yeah.
So
that happens
that
sometimes.
was.
At my friend's 21st birthday, she danced on the bar of J-Bar and fell wearing a onesie, and it was put on the Old Row official Instagram account.
Oh no.
I was a transfer student, so I didn't have to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're lucky because I feel like some people get very weird roommate things. My roommate has been waking up every morning at 4:30 in the morning moaning very loudly.
We can have some wine together sometime.
No, we can't.
Oh!
Okay, so what year are you guys? Are you guys freshmen? Oh, okay, cool. So you guys are just getting into the college life. How is that? How is the change going for you? Is it a little weird?
A little bit, but like better than it's fine. Better than high school.
Fair enough. It's a lot better than high school, I'll tell you that.
Usually I can just stick my butt out and get what I want.
Try it.
You have a minute?
I have to get to an appointment. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. You look great though. I should have been like, excuse me, sir. Do you have the time? Oh, turn around.
Wow, you're so lucky. You get a roommate you like, your other roommate doesn't show up, you don't get sick.
I think that like we all have like freedom of speech, and I think that we need to change that for right for all.
You're doing great, kid.
Cool.
Yay, we're hugging!
Yeah.
Where's my camera?
That's the camera.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Today for the evening show, we have an interesting little game we're going to play. We were initially going to play this game with the people from Rocky Horror Picture Show, but they decided to flake out on us on the last minute. So it's just going to be us today. Here's the game we're going to do. Rocky Horror Picture Show is known for its fantastic over-the-top costuming and makeup design, especially drag. So, we have access to a lovely prop cage today and also a table full of makeup. You guys have 10 minutes to dress yourselves up in the best drag you can possibly come up with. And then you will present yourselves to me beneath my awesome throne here on this couch. You understand the rules as I've described them to you?
Yeah!
Alright. Go to it!
No! These are all trash.
What's this? Is this Beyonce in a bottle? Oh. Beyonce in a bottle? I'm gonna look like a simulated actress. Yes.
Damn, you got the NARS? Holy
Actually, no, I want a frog hat. Frog hat's better.
So, how's your outfit come along there, Nathan?
Well, I found a dragon's head and I put it on my head.
Right. You are aware that I asked for drag, not dragon, right?
Is that what you said?
That is what I said.
I just thought it was a very specific request to make that someone become a dragon, but I did it anyways because I'm an accommodating kind of person.
Putting eyeshadow on a dragon mask isn't really gonna do much.
Are you sure about that? Because like Katrina just told me that it would do a lot for my complexion.
Oh, yeah. No. It has to be black.
Well, I gotta make my skin pink.
I'm gonna walk home like this. I'm gonna put pink.
So, Katrina, how do you think you're doing so far?
I think this is what drag looks like. If I had to guess, I
Okay.
think it would be this.
You want me-
Why be a lizard when you can be a wizard?
But you're neither. You're a woman in makeup and a dinosaur skirt. I will give you bonus points for every type of dinosaur on your skirt you can name.
Long neck.
Nope. And you're done. Get back in the game.
How convincing are these? They're kind of in the wrong place. They need to be a little more spread out. Yeah.
I don't know where to start with this story.
I mean,
You seem to have chosen a strange mixture between Tinkerbell and the god Zeus.
here's the thing. I watch a lot of RuPaul.
I can imagine. Yeah,
I
you
gotta
talk
watch.
about it a lot.
I gotta watch a quota per day, or I'm gonna lose my gay card. I came in with a vision, and I executed it,
Right.
and I am killing it. Okay.
See, I actually have a similar situation where I have to watch a certain number of Vin Diesel movies or I lose my white guy card. You have 1 minute remaining.
1 minute. Okay, let me go get one more thing.
Okay, the time has come now for our contestants to present their outfits to me, the host and judge, Ryan Haroff. We'll be following the rules set forth by Kristen Shaw regarding what your drag queen name is, those being your first name is your favorite type of alcohol and your last name is your biggest insecurity. And without further ado, please welcome your first contestant, Vodka Hairline. Stunning, wasn't she? Next up, we have the glamorous Tequila Commitment Problems. Simply fantastic. And now for our final contestant, we have Strawberry Loneliness. We have our three contestants lined up right here, which means the only thing remaining is for me to make a final judgment. I'm going to go down the line and give each person their feedback. Starting with you, Nathan. Your frog hat makes me want to jump for joy. However, the guns that you seem intent on pointing at me at all times are frankly a little off-putting. Delaney, I like the way that it looks like you had an M&M's melt not in your hand, but on your face, as the ads tell us they will. However, the Santa beard on the side of your head is a little off-putting. It reminds me of Rogue from X-Men, which normally would be good, but it doesn't really work in this case. And finally, Katrina. I've gotta love the enormous fake boobs. They're frankly off-putting to the point that it's not sexy, but I like them anyway. However, you were unable to name a single dinosaur type on your skirt, and that's gonna draw back some points. I also have one more criticism for you, which is, as we stated before, your headdress is kind of strange. I'm not really sure if it counts as racist, but I think it might be, and we're in Athens, so people probably would say it is. For that reason, you are eliminated. As for the other two of you, I frankly can't decide who I like better, in that one of them is wearing a Santa beard and the other keeps pointing guns at me. So to decide the winner, you two will fight to the death with these off-brand Star Wars swords. You have 30 seconds to kill each other.
Kill the shit out of you. There's only one bitch that reigns.
Delaney's sword
Delaney,
seems to
take
have shut
this gun.
itself off. She is
Delaney,
lost.
take the gun.
No.
Go, get him.
Turn
I don't
sideways.
believe in the Second Amendment!
Sideways means I'm serious.
I got it.
Take it
I'll
like-
help you, Delaney.
Take it like a real man, woman.
And done. Delaney, your lightsaber automatically turned itself off after about 30 seconds of combat, which in a real Star Wars situation would make you dead. You also brought up politics in the Second Amendment, which off-put half of our audience, I guarantee it. For these reasons and also the toilet around his neck, Mr. Nathan Hart is our winner today. Congratulations, Nathan.
So I knew that I was gonna win the moment I put a dragon on my head, because Ryan, I could tell, had a real a dragon boner, which is a common affliction in America. We should really read up on it. But anyways, I think Rocky Picture Horror Show would be very proud of me because of my fake ball boobies and the fact that I have a gun. And I know that those Rocky Picture people, very conservative, they love their guns.
So, frankly, I think this competition was rigged. I am the biggest breast in the West, and I didn't get any recognition for it. Safe to say I'm a little offended. Ryan is gonna pay. Delaney knows some spirits that she speaks to that can like put curses on people. I'm gonna get in touch with her to get in touch with them. I'm pissed, but you know, I think I look good, you know.
I mean, all in all, it was an alright day. I mean, I think Nathan winning was kind of BS. I mean, he's already taken off his costume, and I'm going to wear this for the entire week, so clearly we know who has the true commitment. Also, Ryan disqualified me for my lightsaber turning off when they aren't real, much like these wiffle balls I had in my bra this whole time. They look kind of shocked at the outcome, which I think is appropriate. It's been a good day. I wish Rocky Horror had been here to see it, but, you know, we all make choices in this life.
Okay, so we've got about a week until our next show. We need a digital short to do that show, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm about out of ideas. So what do we got?
This.
What is this?
Ryan, are you kidding me? This is only the best music video ever made.
I mean, so far it just kind of looks like Nicki Minaj not wearing nearly enough, and whoever that guy is wearing really weird flannel that reminds me of my uncle.
Well, duh, it's rap music. Here's what I'm saying. If we did a short of us remaking this video, it would be gold. Just think.
I tell all my hoes, rake it up, break it down, bag it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up.
Katrina, that's ridiculous.
Hey!
It is pretty ridiculous though, Katrina. I mean, the evening show, we try our best to put out professionally produced content that reaches our people in a meaningful way, and I think we need something more sophisticated than your rap videos. Something elegant, something smooth, something like...
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his time.
Ryan, that'll never work. We're underage. We can't drink.
Alright, last time I checked, that has never been a problem.
Hey, you know what? Guys, listen. Okay, Panaman is so 1973, okay? We need something that pertains to our generation. Something iconic. Something with impact. Something like...
It's not going to be One Direction, is it?
Maybe it's the way she walked, straight into my heart and stole it, through the doors and past the guards.
you said it was going to be an iconic song from our generation.
Nathan,
Yes,
there are
ma'am.
moments in our lifetimes that can only be defined by destiny. And you know when that occurred for our generation?
I do not.
The summer of 2010 in the United Kingdom. The X Factor house, when 5 young men came together to form the most beautiful love story of our time, to create the most talented quartet of our time. 7 years later, they're still in love, they're still going strong, they're still immensely talented both together and apart. No Grammy nominations, they still need to work on that. But still, there are times that can only be defined by fate. Do you want to mess with fate, Nathan?
If we're going to remake an iconic song, why don't we just remake the most versatile song of our generation? One you can rage to, drive to, and get down and dirty to. Mr. Brightside? The Killers? Imagine. Iconic.
See, this is never going to work. We have 4 completely different tastes in music, and what music video could possibly exist that is iconic, pertains to our generation, doesn't degrade women, nor does it, involve Nate wearing guy liner.
Oh.
Notice me, I'm up on him, he up on